Yes, guys, welcome back to Kosi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi, and how are you guys doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We have finally come to the climax of the January transfer window, and here is a recap of all the done deals that Arsenal did on deadline day throughout the January transfer window. What did we miss? I'm also going to be rating our transfer window. I'm also going to be rating the signings and departures we did in the January transfer window. So it's going to be quite an extensive, rich video. Smash a like on this video. Please get your subscriptions in. Please do. It really means a lot, especially for me and for you, if you subscribe and hit the notification bell, because you'll be able to get the first hand content. You'll be the first people to get it if you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let us engage with each other in the comment box by you guys telling me, how do you rate Arsenal's transfer window, this January transfer window? How do you rate it? Is it a 5 out of 10? Is it a 6 out of 10? Is it a 3 out of 10? How do you rate it? I'm going to be providing my rating as soon as I finish going through all the done deals that we finished and we managed to accomplish this January transfer window. And without any further wastage of time, let us just go down and see who Arsenal signed and who Arsenal let go. Alright guys, I'm back, and I'll start off with two signings, or with the two or three signings that Arsenal actually managed to make in the January transfer window. I'll start off with Matt Ryan, the goalkeeper who actually signed from Brighton, 28 years of age. He comes in as a backup goalkeeper to Leno and Alexander Runason. Of course, we had all agreed that Runason was not going to be a backup goalkeeper at Arsenal. We had all agreed that he was not good enough, just not good enough, to be that backup goalkeeper, that second goalkeeper at Arsenal. If you look at the goalkeeper we lost in Emi Martinez, 10 clean sheets for Aston Villa this season. There is no way you're going to replace him with a player like Alexander Runason. I mean, it was not making sense. Things were not adding up. But of course, Mikel Arteta did say that was a mistake that had to be rectified, and I think we actually rectified it very well. Matt Ryan signed for Arsenal. I think that was last week as we were playing against Southampton in the FA Cup. That is when he was actually unveiled, and he also actually sat on the bench for Arsenal on that game. He's 28 years of age, like I said. There is nothing much. We signed him on a loan deal until the end of the season. I hope Arsenal will actually give him a permanent contract at the end of the season or in the summer. We wait to see what actually is going to come up from that side. The other player we signed was Martin Odegaard. Signs for Arsenal. I just love that James Olcott, intro. There is a way he made that intro for James Olcott. I loved it. Martin Odegaard signs for Arsenal. So Martin Odegaard signing for Arsenal, shirt number 11 is what he will be putting on. He's another remarkable signing, another very good player. It only hurts me that we do not have an option to buy, and we stand at a chance of losing him, just like Dortmund lost Achraf Hakimi, because we could make him one of those best players out there, and then a big club comes in and they have bigger money than we can offer. Now they can actually decide to take him, just like you saw Inter Milan taking Achraf Hakimi away from the hands of Dortmund, although he was on loan from Real Madrid for a full season. So I think Odegaard brings a lot to Arsenal. You guys know that. We have discussed that and more. What he brings to Arsenal, the squad depth, the technicality, the talent, his abilities. We have talked so much, and so many people have talked about Martin Odegaard. We just wait to see whether he's going to make the right impact, because he is the right player. There is no doubt. He is the right player for the right club under the right manager. Is he going to make the right impact? At such a time when Arsenal is struggling to either establish itself as a very formidable force among the top 6 or a formidable force among the top 4 this season. But now I'm going to be looking at the departures. Before I do that, I'll have to talk about Omar Rekik. He's another player that actually signed for Arsenal in this January transfer window. Actually, he was the first player to sign for Arsenal in this January transfer window. Omar Rekik, there from Hertha Berlin, a defender, 18 years of age, or should we say one player that is very, very, very essential to Steve Bo's under 23s. He's going to be playing with the under 23s for now, but I think according to rumors and according to many pundits, they rate him a lot. They really, really do rate him a lot, and of course we shall have to wait and see what he can offer to Arsenal this season, next season, and in the coming years. So I want us to look at some of the departures that Arsenal have actually had and rate them. Are they those departures that we wanted? Are they the deadwood players that had to leave in this transfer window? Is it a good job done by Edu and Mikel Arteta? And I'll start off with Mesut Ozil, who actually moved off from Arsenal to Fenerbahce on a permanent deal. Arsenal actually managed to cancel his contract on the on that end. There's so many people who have been telling me, Kosi, that was a big mistake. We should have stayed with Mesut Ozil, until the end of the season. Mesut Ozil, is this kind of player that has so much of technical abilities and so on at Arsenal. Very entertaining player and so much. I do understand, but again, depending on how the situation was, he's very, he's been getting a lot of wages and he's not been contributing anything to the Arsenal Football Club. And there are also rumors that there has been a lot of fire in regards to Mesut Ozil there into the dressing room. So he has left the club, and it's officially a done deal. He's never coming back to Arsenal unless he's coming back as a manager or an assistant coach, or in another category other than being an Arsenal player. So that has been confirmed, and there isn't anything we can do about it. Mesut Ozil is finally no longer a Gunner. Ails Maitland-Niles has also finished his transfer loan deal to West Bromwich Albion in this January transfer window. It's another deal that I wanted to happen. Trust me, I wanted Ainsley to go out there and get playing time because the manager seems not to trust him. But the only scary part of it, the only scary part we have now is that we have Cedric Soares as the backup right back, and we have Cedric Soares as the backup left back. Now imagine if Hector Bellerin gets injured, and then you have Kiantian also getting injured at the same time. You understand? That could be a crisis, because one of the advantages that come with having players like Ainsley in the squad is their versatility. They can play across a whole range of positions. Midfield, right back, left back. You know how versatile that boy is. He's been playing in the midfield with Mohamed Elneny in the Europa League, if you guys still remember. Of course, that is if you watch the Europa League anyway. And he's been brilliant. He's been doing so well. But of course, with the Euros coming in, he needs to get some playing time. It was the best deal, and I agree with Mikel Arteta. Let the player go. Let him go out there and get some good playing time. Moving on the other players that will have left go is Skodran Mustafi, finally signing for Schalke 04 on a permanent deal again. This is another player that's not going to actually be troubling Arsenal. You'll never trouble Arsenal again. His issues with Arsenal have finally been settled. He signed for £35 million from Valencia, Spain. That was what? A bargain? What? A stinker? What was it? But finally, it has been confirmed that the player has also left Arsenal. His contract cancelled there, just like his counterparts Mesut Ozil and Socrates Papastopoulos. And of course, Papastopoulos, talking about Socrates Papastopoulos, he appears on your screen right there. He's another player that actually has been confirmed to leave Arsenal and joining Olympiacos. Now, what was very interesting about this deal is this guy worked with Jurgen Klopp for some time at Borussia Dortmund at BVB, and before we signed him. And because Liverpool have had a centre back crisis, of course they have these injuries that are hitting them so hard day in day out, almost every day of the season. So they reached a time when Matip, Van Dijk and Joe Gomez, of course those are their three senior centre backs, are injured, and they had to use Henderson and Fabinho. They had to use Henderson and Fabinho as their centre back partnership. Now both of those are holding midfielders. Now Liverpool were screwed, weren't they? So what they did, they were linked with a couple of players, and Socrates was one of them, on a free deal, by the way. I don't know whether he would have worked, but finally the player opted to go out there to play for Olympiacos, and it has been confirmed as a done deal. Socrates Papastopoulos is officially off the Arsenal wage bill. Still moving on to see who other players have led the club. It is Sid Kolasinac. Sid Kolasinac leaving Arsenal for Schalke 04 on a 6-month loan deal. He'll be coming back because his contract actually expires in 2022. So for Sid Kolasinac, he'll be coming back at Arsenal. So make no mistake, do not think he has gone for good. He's one of those players that actually will be coming back. He's another, he's another bargain. He's another, average player that I think should be leaving Arsenal. And I think it was a very good deal for Arsenal to actually let him go. And finally, we can talk about William Saliba, of course, and Joe Willock. Those are the last two players I'll be talking about in this video, William Saliba and Joe Willock. Now, Saliba looks like one of those players that are really talented, but they have not got a chance to play Arsenal, and he's very, very, very unhappy, fuming, like fuming. Of course, he has been, he has come out to spit a lot of dangerous poison against Mikel Arteta and against Arsenal. He says, I tried to give him all my best. I was excited to play for Arsenal. I was disappointed, blah, blah, blah. Of course, when young players really want to play football, they really mean it. And he doesn't get a chance. But Saliba, went out on a 6-month loan as well to Nice. And many people are doing actually, loan watches, and he's doing great. He's really, really doing great. So let us hope when he comes back, he's going to get some playing time from Mikel Arteta. Lastly, Joe Willock joins Newcastle. That has been confirmed. He did join Newcastle on deadline day. He will be there until the end of the season as well. Newcastle would want to buy him. I pray that they can actually buy him. Of course, most of those deals are going to be deals to get, playing time for those players. The only concern is we did not get a backup left back. Ryan Bertrand and Patrick Van Arnold were the two names that were actually overlapping each other and very, very predominantly linked with Arsenal in this January transfer window. However, we didn't manage to pull off any of them. And here we reach my rating of this transfer window. How do I rate this transfer window? Look, we needed a backup goalkeeper, we needed a creative player, and we did get both of them. I think that drives us to a 4.5 out of 10. We needed to drive out some deadwood out of the club. Mesut Ozil, Shkodran Mustafi, and Socrates Papastopoulos. I include Joe Willock and Sid Kolasinac. I'll think that all of those 5 players are actually deadwood, and it's not so easy to offload 5 players in one window. However much we did not get any penny, however much, we could have done this in the summer, and this is where I do not agree with Arsenal. We could have done this in the summer. We could have, cancelled these, people's contracts in the summer. But, we waited until January, which is not bad either. Better late than never. Courtesy of offloading the deadwood, I'll also add a 2 out of 2.5 actually out of 10, and that gives us a 7 out of 10. So that is my rating of the window, 7 out of 10. What did you make of our window? And tell me, how did you rate it? Smash a like on this video, subscribe, get your comments on, and I'll speak to you in the next one.